next morning did not rise quietly. It arrived with sunlight, sweat, and a man unafraid of hard work. This was the day the wild garden met Eamonn. People gathered near the gate under the pretext of passing by, though their eyes lingered longer than their footsteps. Whispers floated in the air, amused and unashamed. Chapter 2: The Eye Tonic. The next morning, Eamonn set out alone to face the wild garden. Stripped to his shorts, and his bare chest gleamed under the golden sunlight, with his cheeks turning pink, and his whole white, fair body was radiant and glowing, moving and working around in the tall green wild grass. The sweat on his skin shimmered in the sun, adding to the rugged charm that seemed to draw even the birds to pause and watch. The garden began to open up, revealing paths and corners long hidden under the untamed wild. With each swing of the sickle, the garden began to open up. The wild twigged out and the boulders removed from beds. The creepers were trimmed and the ornamental plants were shaped into beautiful balls and designs. The garden was transformed into a beautiful delight, where the butterflies were captivated not only by the fragrances of the wild, but also the grown flowers and plants. Eamonn's fair skin lulled these butterflies to keep hovering around the garden and him. By midday, a crowd of villagers gathered around the gate just to watch him, admire him. One whispered in a jovial tone, "What an eye tonic!" While their eyes were fixed on Eamonn, who toiled in the scorching sun without any complaints. While elderly voice angrily remarked, "Stop amusing yourself. Go help the poor guy with the cleaning at least." And then they rushed to Eamonn as though they were waiting all along for someone to send them near him. Eamonn smiled, looking at them. They helped him with the final cleanup, and the garden was almost done. Every bed was made, the wild was cleaned, and the garden added another charm to the mansion now. After having finished with the work, he welcomed them all for a pizza pie as a thankful gesture. He announced loudly, "Thank you all for your help. We will have some pizza together. I have made it myself for my friends." Poor people could not understand what he meant, simply smiled at his words. One declared, "I know what he meant, since I can understand English, but I won't tell you, it's a secret." The other retorted, "We are not fools. I heard him say a goodbye. Yet look at these people standing here and shamelessly staring at him." Hearing this, everyone began to disperse. When Eamonn used his gestures to explain what he meant and made them sit down and eat the pizza pie. Again, the third one uttered, "Now what is this?" looking at it with astonishment, while the other scolded him, saying, "Why don't you quietly eat it? and walk home. This gentleman did this for us. Must be thankful. So just seal your lips to your stupid talks and quietly eat what is given to you. Soon the air lightened as laughter rippled among the group at the novelty of taste, and the slice disappeared in the hungry hands. If the story is painting pictures in your mind, stay with me and subscribe for the chapters that follow. When the meal was over, the villagers rose to leave. One by one, they folded their palms in a goodbye gesture, whispering blessings under their breath, left for their homes. The footsteps faded down the path, leaving behind a faint hum of gratitude in the evening air. Eamonn closed the grand gate gently and leaned against it for a moment, as if lost in some thoughts, and a smile lingered on his face as he entered his room. He allowed the cool water to wash away the weariness of the day and laid down in his bed thinking. Something was different today. He was smiling at some strange thought he didn't even knew. At last, he drifted into sleep and slipped into the dreamy world. She was as if summoned by the dark night, appeared in Eamonn's dreams. An absolute Indian woman, dressed in traditional wear, seemed born of moonlight. Dark, flowing hair falling like silk over her shoulders. Her eyes deep and glistening, as though carrying some secret with her. Her long dupatta fluttered in the unseen breeze, brushing lightly against her cheeks, veiling face completely. The dangling bangles chimed softly with her graceful steps as she walked in his room. The sound echoed like a secret, exotic melody. Eamonn, though half lost in sleep, was cherishing every moment of his dream. As he smiled, thinking, dreaming of her. Slowly, she lowered herself to sit beside him. Her bodily fragrance was enticing and inviting, enveloping him in a haze of warmth. For a moment she kept looking at him, admiring him, then leaning nearer. Her felt like a silken curtain, gazing his cheeks as her lips moved close to his ears. Her bangles stopped to dangle, as if everything around wanted to hear her utterances. The sleeping Eamonn's lips opened with excitement too, as she uttered something in his ears. The words were inaudible, yet they burst the soul as if awakening an ancient memory. Eamonn felt his heart racing with excitement. He didn't want her to leave after some whispering, but she faded away, leaving behind a mist and an echo of dangling bangles. What he felt was a feeling that none wanted to come out of, a rare dream that he had never dreamt of, and which had completely dissolved in his heart as an ice cube in water. The dream loosens its hold. The warmth of her presence fades slowly, too slowly. Eamonn wakes with a sharp breath, his hand still half raised, as if he had been about to touch her. The room is dim and familiar, heavy with night. He sits up, running a hand through his hair, telling himself it was only a dream. Yet his heart refuses to slow. His eyes fall on his palm, still curved, still remembering. He whispers her name, a name he does not remember learning. A faint scent, floral, warm, unmistakably hers, lingers in the air. He inhales again. It doesn't fade. He had dreamed of her once. That should have been enough. But dreams, he realized, don't always come to forget. If you felt her presence too, subscribe, because some stories don't end when we wake up. This is Pillow Talk Tales. Stay tuned. Thank you.